All right, let's go. Vinyl community, it's Doodah Dave back. Now we're going to work our way through my jazz collection, starting with A. And A stands for Adderley, a phenomenal name, if you don't know it, in the annals of jazz. Cannonball Adderley, of course, was on the Kind of Blue album with Miles Davis. He did some other albums with Miles Davis. One I have is Someday My Prince Will Come, which has Cannonball and John Coltrane. This was his brother, Nat Adderley, not as well known as Cannonball, but still a phenomenal player in his own right. This was the beginning of soul jazz, which was really an incredible bridge between the 50s hard bop and the 70s cool jazz. R&B was mixed in there, gospel of course, but they called it soul jazz. The players on this, I think you'll be impressed with. This is a 1968 release, Calling Out Loud by the Nat Adderley. It's not Nat Adderley band, it's just Nat Adderley. And it came out in 68. It was recorded by Rudy Van Gelder over in New Jersey at his studios in Englewood, which did so many of the great Miles Davis and Thelonious Monk and Train and everybody. He's an incredible recording engineer. Produced by Creed Taylor on A&M, Herb Albert and Moss's label that was very client artist centric, I would say. So let me read the band members. I'm going to read the big ones first. Electric piano, Joe Zawinul, who went on to form Weather Report. You had Hubert Laws on flute and piccolo, and on bass, Ron Carter. Drums was Leo Morris, and I don't really know the name, but he was the drummer for Hair in 1968, the musical Hair. A lot of French horn, bassoon, a lot of woodwinds. Jerome Richardson holds down a lot of the sax stuff, and then Nat Adderley on cornet. So it's a very interesting album. Biafra, Haifa, Saint M, Grey Moss, Nobody Knows, Coming Out the Shadows, Ivan's Holiday, and Calling Out Loud. All jazz, of course. I'll show you the back cover. There's Nat. And you have this beautiful shiny cover on A&M with the CTI logo down there, Creed Taylor Inc. And you see the firecrackers. I guess he's trying to say he's firecracker. I think this was about his 8th album. So Nat was pretty accomplished. He'd gone, played in Cannonball's quartet when Cannonball left Miles. Here's the old, my wife talks about the liner notes. She likes not the liner notes, the sleeves, the vintage sleeves. I need to get new sleeves. I've gone through, I think, 100 of them. I need to get the 250. And the jacket covers too. So I'm saving up for those. And there's a lot of cool stuff on here. There's, I actually have this on vinyl, the Whipped Cream and Other Delights with Herb Albert. And there's a lot of folk on here, Phil Oakes, Sandpipers, and then some jazz up at the top. You've got Wes Montgomery and stuff like that. So that's who was on Herbie Mann, who was on A&M Records at that time. So it's a gatefold. We've got a nice gatefold. It lists all the musicians, the tunes. It has some nice liner notes. The tunes run into each other. It starts out with Haifa, or Biafra rather, and then goes into Haifa. Which is a dirge and is about the Nigerian Civil War. There's some Louisiana flavor because evidently Cannonball was born in Florida, but Nat grew up in Louisiana from my research. They were Southern guys, which is cool, which helps. And the album really cooks. I mean, Zawinul, he's on electric piano for most of it. I guess a Fender Rhodes, I would guess. Although it said he had a Wurlitzer on Mercy, 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 which was his famous song that he wrote for Cannonball, he played a Wurlitzer, but and Ron Carter's amazing, acoustic bass, and the drummer I mentioned, and the whole band really kicks, and the woodwinds, and Hubert Laws on flute. So a really cool jazz album to get us started. I'll make this a short one. Next week we've got B. I think I know who I'm going to do for B. I think he's one of the royalties of jazz. We'll have to do him. And then I will talk to you guys soon, all right? Keep on rocking, keep on spinning. And happy record store day. Go out there and pick something up. I'm going to try to get to a record store today and see what I can gander out there. And I want to give a shout out to Kenny out in LA. He's been showing some really nice jazz records. He just did a thing about an Oliver Nelson album, a tribute to Kennedy. And I found out that the Adderleys played with Oliver Nelson. There was quite a few overlap there, which is nice. And I love Blues and the Abstract Truth. I don't have it on vinyl. I believe I have it on CD, but it's one of my favorite jazz albums. Have a good day. We're into jazz. It's a great time for it. Spring is sprung. Keep listening to the music. Keep on rocking. And Doodah Dave signing out.